When Craig Benetti and I joined the board at the same meeting in 2000, we agreed very strongly with Sandy Tuttle that getting a larger and stronger board was clearly an imperative. The first person that we recruited was John Reilly.
John is a natural leader, and when he asks, you want to help, you want to follow, and I think that's what makes him so effective, whether it was in his business or in his nonprofit advocacy.
When you have somebody like John behind you and with you, you gain a lot of credibility as an organization, and it makes other people trust that what you're doing is worth investing in and worth contributing their own dollars and time toward.
John is just a solid guy, and people know that about him. So when they see him visibly advocating for an organization like Easterseals, then they associate John's character with the organization.
I think, at his core, John's just an enormously decent person. He's got fundamental aspirations about his fellow man and society and his community, and I think that's just an impulse that motivates him.
John got me involved in Easterseals, and at first it was just to speak. The next thing I know, I'm on the committee for the volleyball tournament, and the next thing I know, I'm running the volleyball tournament for 3 years.
John was co-chair of our $4.5 million campaign, Fairly, capital campaign to upgrade and modernize our camp in Chestertown, Maryland. John was the ideal co-chair, always there, always positive, always wondering what the next thing that we could do to support the people with disabilities and their families.
He doesn't have a selfish bone in his body, and everything he does and cares about is other people. And that translates directly to his leadership of, his advocacy for, his support for Easterseals. I mean, there aren't that many people who get it here and who get it here. And he does.
Even though we hadn't seen each other in years, when I came back to Delaware after the passing of my husband, Camp Fairly was one of the areas that has been of significance to our family for many years. And we dedicated a zip line and the climbing tower to my husband, Charles Rochester. And at that dedication, there was John. And it just felt like home to see him. And it felt good to know that a person who is such a good steward is involved in the future expansion of Easterseals and of Camp Fairly.
I've known John for decades, and he's someone who has always led with integrity. And his work at Easterseals is about his passion for creating real opportunities for people from all different backgrounds and all different abilities. Part of what John has always aimed towards is the opportunity for full inclusion.
He has huge passion for job creation and job preservation. And he also has a huge passion for treating other people the way he wants to be treated, golden rule. And he kind of ties the two together in terms of the work that we do at Easterseals to help prepare people for work, to be gainfully employed. He's one of those people who's been a leader of government, he's been a leader in the private sector, and he believes in leadership by example.
John really is a role model for what you want, a son, a brother, a husband, a father to be. He's a nice man. He's gifted intellectually, and he's taken all these blessings that he has, and he's put them to good use over the years.
John has a big empathy level and always tries to help. And I think the biggest example of that is the way he took care of his cousin Tommy Brand. It was his job to take care of Tommy when Tommy's mom passed away. And when somebody lives into their 80s as a special needs person, you can look behind the scenes and see that there was a great caretaker. Not a good caretaker, a great caretaker who not only looked out for their mental and physical well-being, but also making sure that they were happy.
Tommy just lit up when he knew John was there. And I mean, he would just talk, and he would let you know, wait a minute, John, I'm not finished. I need to finish telling you this. So it was nice to see John's home side. We know the board members, but then when it comes to family, it's a whole different, and Tommy definitely let us see that side of John.
You can see he expressed a lot of love for even our community and the other folks in our room. So he was very dedicated to Tommy, and that shows his dedication to this company.
Hi, John. Me and Tommy have something we'd like to say to you. Thank you. Thank you very much.